The grid method involves drawing a grid of the preparatory drawing and the painting surface. It's great for beginner level and those who don't necessarily trust their ability to keep the shapes and proportions in place on the canvas with a paintbrush. And it's also great for upscaling and downscaling. First, you want to start by drawing a grid over your original drawing. You want to use a ruler to divide the drawing into equal squares. The size of the squares can vary depending on the level of detail in your drawing and the size of your canvas, but try to keep the same number of squares. If your canvas is larger than your drawing, you can make the grid squares larger, but keep the same number of squares on both. Next, you draw an identical grid on your blank canvas. Use a light pencil for this so that the grid can easily be erased later. And now the whole idea of using a grid is that instead of dealing with the entire drawing at once, you chop it off in digestible parts. So each square becomes a tiny drawing that you have to copy, and you copy them all and put them all next to each other. But drawing in a grid is not so easy. You really want to pay attention to where the lines cross, also the negative shapes. You want to really place the elements within your grid accurately, because that's the whole point. We want to transfer exactly the same drawing that we had on the paper. We want to put it exactly on the canvas. And this is not necessarily easy. The grid helps break down a complex image into smaller, manageable parts, making it easier to replicate, but not easy to replicate. Once you have copied your entire drawing on your canvas, you can start painting. You can erase the grid or not.